Big Buck Profile, presented by Apex Gear.
Hey everybody, we're here in Southern Ohio with my good friend Lear McCoy of Real McCoy Outdoors, and we're looking at a mega monster of a non-typical that Lear shot back in 2014, November 7th, with your bow, 222 and 0.8 net, non-typical, 33 points. Good grief, man, what a buck, what a monster, massive, tall, freaky points, you name it, man, what a giant deer. And I say 33 points, he's got things here that don't even count as points that all of us would look at and say, hey, that's a point on a rack. But he's still got 33 that are at least an inch long, and they add up to 222 and 0.8 net non-typical. That is a monster of a whitetail, and especially a bow kill. Lear, walk me through the story on this giant deer.
Well, it was the morning of the 7th of November, and it was a perfect morning as far as, one of those cool mornings with the fog and settling in the valley and as it rises up the ridges. And at about first light, I seen two deer cross the ridge above me. And I could see these two big tines. I could see the G2s and G3s as it went over the ridge after a doe, but I couldn't tell if it was him or not. And of course, this was a target deer. We'd had him on trail camera, but not much history there. It was the first year that we had hunted it. But anyway, so, they disappeared in the valley, and it was probably maybe 2 or 3 hours later. I didn't see anything else. It was the morning of the 7th, which is the prime time rut, but still not seeing any action. But I'd seen enough promise to know I wasn't gonna leave the stand that day.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That a chance that was him. And the doe that he was after, she ran up out of the valley, looked back behind her, and he came right with her. So it was kind of the luck of the draw where that magical doe leads a deer right to your stand.
Well, we love does like that, don't we?
Yeah, they're just hard to find sometimes.
Yeah, they really are. Now, a buck like this, you say you had him on trail camera, and obviously you knew he was a giant. What kind of sign do you find from a buck that is built like this with all these massive points in front?
Well, some of the best sign that we found was actually on the way out when we were dragging him out. We found a particular tree that was on a creek bed, I remember it, and it had a root system that was exposed on the washout of the bed, and those roots were even rubbed. So he had rubbed the tree from the bank, and then must have stepped down the creek and even rubbed the roots of the tree. So there was, 4 or 5 feet of tree that was ravaged, and with the non-typical points on the brows, there was where it looked like scratches almost, on the tree. So
like
it wasn't
a bear had been
yeah, like a bear had
tree.
been clawing or a cat.
That's wild. Well, you can see that even back behind his ears here, he's got a bunch of points, 10 or 12 inches of tine sticking out behind that you don't even see from the front. So I guess he was even bigger than you thought he was.
Well, from on trail camera, we had looked at it, my brother and a friend of ours, Don Wilson, we had looked at it time and time again, and all of us knew that he had a 200-inch frame on him. But we didn't realize all the stuff on the bases,
Well, he's just a spectacular buck, and I know when we ran this story, Tom Cross, our good friend, mutual friend from here in Ohio, he wrote the article for the September 2015 issue of North American Whitetail, and, just great photos, just a great story, just a great buck, and you guys have definitely got him here in Adams County. It's a special place to hunt big deer.